Alrighty, technical difficulties dealt with.
I guess we're doing this, big boy. Scary new machine, down. Now back to finding Araya. Which means I've gotta climb. I should be able to get up there. the shrine Naltuk was talking about. Guess I should take some blue gleam. Sparkles. I can see why it's worth a lot.
Or this is a satellite dish for something.
Naltuk said Aurea went past the shrine, up into the mountain. I'd better take those stairs. An ancient door. Maybe Aurea's inside.
March 10th, 2046. I just spent 16 hours in here, trying to install upgrades to improve efficiency for the central processing unit. Project Firebreak is going to need the brain power. Let's just hope I'll have enough of my own. Anita stayed with me the whole time. We got a lot done, but every time she brushed by and I smelled her hair... Oh boy. I should just go to bed.
Lots of strange equipment. What was this place?
Weather control station?
This is Director of Security Blevins resending the emergency supply order. Try reading it this time, okay? You weasels don't want me calling my people in SLC.
Director of Security Blevins is riding us like a petty tyrant. I can't even sneeze without triggering his control issues.
Hearing some of our staff members are having trouble with our state-of-the-art, ultra-secure, and absolutely necessary lambent orbicular door access. So here's the slow version again. The thingy in the middle is the source node. Turn it on, yeah? I know, hard, right? You gotta turn the other nodes so that the data stream containing your credentials gets back to the source. Some nodes are used to buffer. Freeze the buffer corrupt or suspect data, so avoid those. Shouldn't be too tough because, you know, they're red, like a stop sign. Guessing you were taught this in preschool, but with this crowd, who knows? Anyway, that's it. Get the data stream back to the source and the door opens. It's really not that tough, but if you need me to, I'll hold your hand while you give it a try. Actually, scratch that. Do it yourself. I'm not going to touch your hand. Okay, just a control freak.
Those nodes on the floor must be connected to the door. Something. What am I supposed to do with these lights? These things turn, changing the flow of light. All right. Let's see if the door's open.
How am I going to explain to Kenny that Firebreak is doomed without a guiding intelligence advanced enough not only to think, but to feel?
Doesn't mean to quantify an intelligence anyway. You can't just assign a number to a continuum to. Its mind isn't expected to obey whatever arbitrary limit the number represents. There's no way around it. Without the supervision of a mind beyond human capacities, Firebreak is going to fail. L.6 won't cut it either. By pushing its sentience, you inevitably generate a system that can experience emotion. Wild, sloppy, unmanageable emotion. You're capable of abstract thought. You're capable of fear, like Bass Silver. I won't go through that again. I categorically refuse. Hopefully I can get this all across to Kenny. I like him. I like his lopsided little smile. I especially like those little circles he makes with his hands when he gets excited about an idea. If he hadn't been flung together like this, maybe he and I, well, no point in the full gathering. I wonder, could an artificial brain experience a singular combination of desire and preemptive regret? What are they doing here? Because Zero Dawn wasn't in the works until like 2065. Or 2064, I should say. What's going on here? Up.
Fresh air ahead. structure over there. Looks like I need to get to those stairs.
Oops. Down.
I can't feel much of anything in this. Not much higher to climb. Maria must be close. She has to be in here somewhere.
Stage 2 complete. YMPF all. December 23rd, 2046. First stage of main facility complete. All staff, it's with pride that I announce the completion of the first level of infrastructure on our primary facility. This compound will be the nerve center for our project, and will require the team's continued best efforts to realize by the deadline. But even though there is much more to be done, you should be pleased with all you've accomplished so far. Please find attached a detailed plan for mustering out of the auxiliary space, which will serve as a contingency site as we proceed with the main facility. 90% of our personnel must be relocated by 5 p.m. Wednesday. If your name does not appear on the assignment list, please email Marissa. Me and CC. Dedication, talent, and intelligence remain daily sources of inspiration. Dr. Kenny Chow, Project Director. What was it? What was it used for? This is like 20 years before Zero Dawn.
Someone hacked the menu board to display obscene messages about our colleague, Mr. Blevins. Is this the most advanced geological project ever undertaken, or a junior high locker room? Come on, people.
Assembly of our country's finest scientific minds recruited to address a grave threat to national safety. It would be fair to expect more mature conduct than demonstrated yesterday in the canteen. No. Mr. Blevins plays a crucial role in the successful execution of Firebreak and is due the respect both of his title and of his many contributions to the project. Any further interference in the menu boards will necessitate my direct personal involvement. Was it you? Oh, they're cute.
I ask again, as I've asked 1,000 times. Speak to me. What more would you have me do? Is there no prayer that will reach you? No mark that will break your bonds? Ah! I can't help you if you won't speak. A whisper is all I ask. To guide me.
Hi.
Who? No. How? How did you get here? The way was sealed by the spirit herself.
I used one of these. I could show you.
Yes, show me. Please.
Purple!
Kenny and I don't need to fight about the laundry, so instead we fight about incommensurability and restrictions on machine intelligence.
Argument with Kenny this afternoon. When a couple's first fight hinges on the Turing Act, you know you're dealing with some real sexy nerds. I won the argument, I guess, but I'm less concerned whether or not I can pull this off with the ethical implications of succeeding. I promised Kenny that the suite of coping mechanisms I've designed will help manage any emotional fallout from the software, but privately I'm less confident. I'm a programmer, not a shrink. The minutiae of robo-ethics do start to seem less relevant when a refusal to supply Firebreak with the necessary conditions for its success comes at the cost of millions of lives. It's worth putting one consciousness at risk to save so many others, isn't it? Ugh, trying to solve this with numbers makes me feel like a sociopath. So maybe this was the project to reverse ecological breakdown before the Pharaoh Swarm took hold. Security measures, Anita, as much as I hate the fact that Blevins installed Lambent orbicular technology in the lower security door, I admit that the auxiliary data center, it makes sense, especially given our goals for the central processing unit. I'm sure you're painfully familiar with the process by now, but just in case you need to forward instructions to your team. To access the system, activate the source node in the middle, then manipulate the other nodes to direct the data stream with your credentials back to the center. Make sure to avoid the red nodes. They're used to isolate any corrupt or suspect data. I'm sure someday you'll thank Blevins for making our work so very, very secure. Another AI that went rogue. It was contained for a long time.
I'll bet the goal's the same. Get the light back to the source.
Just aim those away from the red ones. So that might be my endpoint. Yeah, pas yours. Okay. Yeah.
Auxiliary channel recovered. Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. Is someone there? Aurea? Aurea, I need you. No, I will not submit. Aurea, the daemon is forsaken. Aurea.
Transmission terminated.
You brought the spirit's voice back. You heard it. The voice of the spirit calling to me from the heights of Thunder's drum. She was able to throw off the bonds of the daemon for a moment. Because of what you did. Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Aloy. Naltuk sent me. He thought that you could use my help.
He was not mistaken. You've been a revelation. Now I know for certain that the spirit endures. Perhaps together we can find a way to set her free.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I came all this way for answers, and so far, I haven't heard any.
It seems to me that you are the answer. But of course, I'll tell you all I can.
You seem to have a history with this voice, this spirit.
She saved my life. Here, years ago, during the war with the Karja. A raid scattered my Werak. I was cut off, alone. I lured the enemy into the Rime Drifts, hoping to lose them in the mist, but they endured, so I took refuge in this cave. That's when I heard her voice. A wanderer, lost like me. A spirit of the blue light, yet sundered from it. She asked me for aid. She chose me, but I was in no position to help, not with the Karja after me. So she helped me first. By closing a door on the mountain below, one you must have opened to get here. Locked by means similar to those found in this room. It kept the Karja from reaching me. Safe from them. I was able to do as she asked.
What did the spirit want from you?
She said she was hurt. Incomplete. She needed bones. Parts not unlike what you'd find in a machine. They were here, in this room. She wanted me to bring them to Thunder's drum. So I did, and she showed me how to heal her. So began our communion.
You
That was
had
not
a
the first
communion
AI.
with the spirit.
Yes. Inside Thunder's drum is a room like this one, only larger, with an altar. I went there many times to speak with her.
What did she say?
She told me she was lost and needed my help. She asked questions about our lands, our tribe, and she listened. With patience. With wisdom. I told her things long kept silent about my family, my dreams, my fears. She never tired of me. Never judged. We kept each other's company.
Aurea, what do you think the spirit is?
I see. You are not Banuk, and our songs are not familiar to you. You do not know of the blue light. That which struggles to survive in our hearts and animates the machines. The essence of life, and in its purest form. Harmony. As the anger of the machines grows, this light has faded from the world, and the spirits it sustains are stranded. That's what she is. A lost soul, cut off from what it needs. Lonely, forsaken. I must help her. We must.
I'm not sure if I understand. But I want to.
That's all I need.
The daemon. What do you know about it?
I spoke with the spirit many times. First here, then inside Thunder's drum. The last time... She told me she was under attack by something that could not be seen by mortal eyes. Something... evil. She named it the daemon, and said it needed her power to do what it willed. And she begged me for help, to find a way to destroy her, if necessary, to keep it from using her. That was 5 years ago. I didn't hear her voice again. Until today.
What kept you from the spirit after it begged for help?
I went to Artok, hoping he could protect her. But the war with the Karja still raged, and before I could reach him, I was ambushed by the Mad Sun King's kestrels and taken to Meridian in chains. I wasn't able to return to Thunder's drum until long after the liberation, not until last thaw.
You said you returned to Thunder's drum. That was the expedition that went bad. I saw the funeral.
Yes. Once there was finally peace with the Karja, Aratak and I gathered a Werak of great hunters to defeat the daemon. And yet, the old door to Thunder's Drum was gone, replaced by a gate we could not pass, and many machines. We were crushed. Aratak called a retreat, but we had already lost our best. We abandoned them to the snow as we fell back. After, he and I could not agree on what to do next. So I came here, hoping against hope to hear the spirit again. And because of you, I did.
Bergren said you might know something about a man named Silence. That you may have had dealings with him at the Conclave?
When that name is spoken, secrets soon follow, or vanish, as the case may be. Why do you want to know?
He's done some terrible things. But he's also helped me when no one else could. I don't know as much about him as I'd like to.
I would imagine his aid is very powerful, but it will not come without cost. Unfortunately, I am sworn to an oath of secrecy by the Conclave on this matter.
I get that. But you and I are trying to help each other, right?
Yes, but I would be breaking an oath, and that I cannot do.
About Silence?
I've told you all I can. There's nothing more I can say.
Let's see if I've got this straight. We heard two voices. One you call the spirit, captured somehow by the one you call a daemon. Whatever this daemon is, it's related to the machines and why they've become more dangerous. I want to know how. Both the spirit and the daemon are on a mountain, Thunder's Drum. So why don't we go there and figure out what it all means?
We can't. Thunder's Drum is dangerous, more than you can imagine. The daemon has secured it. Besides, Aratak won't let us go. As chieftain, he controls the pass to the mountain, and he can't be reasoned with.
Sounds like you need a new chieftain.
Ha! There's an idea that's certain to win us friends. Well, you said you were a hunter. And I'll wager you're not an ordinary one. It's not impossible, even for an outlander. An Aratak couldn't refuse the challenge if you were known among the Werak.
Wait, me? Challenge Aratak? I don't want to be chieftain of anything, much less a bunch of Banuk that don't want me.
But you want to go to Thunder's Drum, don't you? You heard the spirit. She's suffering, tormented by the daemon. She longs to be free. And perhaps, when released from her bonds, she can give you the answers you seek.
I can't believe I'm agreeing to this. Fine. What do I have to do?
Get the Werak's attention to show the worth of your claim. Win at the hunting grounds. Kill bandits that prey on the cut. Or speak to my friend Sakuli. You help her, you'll definitely get noticed. Do all you can. When the time comes for you to throw your spear at Aratak's feet, I will be there to back your claim. Until then, I'll be here to answer any questions you have about the challenge. Oh, and one more thing. In the box over there is a weapon, like my own. Take it. You may find it useful.
Take thing from box.
be cold. I did it. My mount can't find its footing on these slopes. These are helpful. Further, though.
That's not what I wanted to do. Well, I might as well do this.
natural either. Here's one of the metal birds.
That is a spider.
Something's been hacked out of it. Maybe I can find another of these flying machines.
An old Air Force base.
Just have to go up. If I could move that flying machine over a little. Could be something around that my focus will see. Huh. Not so grounded after all. Now I can get across. Here's the door lock. I'll need to configure it.
If those punk technicians think I'm gonna sleep on them waltzing in here and screwing around with the drone routines, they have seriously underestimated my sense of mission. Let's just reset that hololock. Echo, Sierra, Echo.
I'd have to ditch something.
Got too much random crap again. Need that.
I didn't ask for a bunch of flying cameras. I need security, not surveillance. And security means firepower. As God is my witness, I will not be caught squirting blanks if and when a major act of terrorism desecrates creates these facilities.
Miss Pines, Dog Blevins. Right now I'm looking at security drone. The security drone. It was requisitioned from Faro Automated Industries to serve the needs of the Firebreak project. It is, in fact, one of an entire fleet handpicked by me and allotted for our use by Ted Faro. Yes, the man so far above you on the ladder that he might as well be God. I have a direct line to your father in heaven. Now, you and I had a conversation in which I tried to impart to you the sensitive nature of our project, and if I recall correctly, you said, I understand, Mr. Blevins. I took you at your word, which apparently was a flaw in my judgment, since you have sent me a goddamn fleet of flying CCTV cameras. Off eggheads who think they know more about protecting this country than I do. Now your technicians are going to provide me with the firepower I need to prevent a major act of terrorism from occurring in or around my facilities, and they are going to do so without increasing our project budget. Because, Miss Pines, this is your screw-up, and I am a reasonable man, but so help me if you add another cent to Firebreak's balance sheet, I will see to it that you personally, will answer to Mr. Faro and his board of directors. So, I want you to call me back, I want you to leave me a message, I want that message to consist of 4 little words. I understand, Mr. Blevins, and at this time, I want you to mean them.
No one's touched this machine since it got sealed in here. Shouldn't be hard to remove. I'll show it to that shaman when I'm back in Song's Edge.
Oh, I could activate this stuff before I the grounds before I travel back. Otherwise, I need to do a long walk. Oh God!
So this thing will improve my spear, huh? forget about traveling light. Maria said to find her friend, the rock painter. Seems paintings mean a lot to the Banuk.
Sakuni scrubbed the entire rock face. Come, Aloy. A little business arrangement.
What can I do for you, Bergrand?
Mourn my poor departed luck. I finally met some Banuk keen to trade with Outlanders. Then, they up and vanished. 3 Banuk hunters rolled in a few days ago. No provisions, junk equipment, no idea how to strip a machine for parts. Asked me to outfit them for a long trip. And you know me, Aloy. I'm sentimental. So, I did it on credit.
And they haven't paid.
Well, they tried. Just look what they did to this Thunderjaw heart. But that was ages ago. And I'm starting to worry about them.
Tell me, Bergrand, are you worried about their well-being or your purse strings?
A man can worry about 2 things.
Uh-huh. What kind of deal was this, really?
Just what I said. I was nothing but generous, Aloy. After they dropped this ruined heart at my feet, I even gave them another chance. Sent them to fetch a few other parts I need.
But you haven't seen them since.
Hide nor hair.
What do you mean they couldn't harvest parts?
Not uncommon with Banuk. That's shaman's work, you see. The hunters take down the machines. The shamans slice them up. No shaman with these 3. Just 2 youngsters sniping at each other. And that big fella standing there smiling.
So if the Banuk don't usually hunt without a shaman, what's the story with these 3?
They weren't telling. But hammer to steel is not a happy story, whatever it is.
You said they asked you to outfit them for a trip. A trip to where?
Not sure. But I heard them chattering about the Sundom when they thought I wasn't listening.
So they're leaving Banuk territory.
Sensible behavior. Still, I get the sense this wasn't a sightseeing trip. They're running from something.
I'm not a debt collector, Bergrand. If I look for them, it'll be to make sure they're all right.
Of course, of course. Fires of the Forge, forgive me. I actually like these idiots. The molten steel of youth and all that. But if you do manage to find them, you could remind them of the deal we made. A scorcher claw, a loop of sinew from a stalker, and a snap morphine. If they bring me those parts, their debt's paid. And then some. Just make sure they don't bust them up too badly.
I'll consider it.
Last I saw them, they were heading northeast. Good machine hunting up that way. If you decide they're worth the trouble, you might look for them there.
Acquire. Or I'll just go with damage. And handling? Yeah.
A demon thunderstruck the rivers and waters.
The tall neck walks again.
I shall be right back. Oh, hello! Sorry I missed you joining the chat. Hi, I'm doing alright, and I'll be back in just a second. Gotta go do something real quick. And I'm back. Sorry about having to run off, like, right as I saw that you were in chat. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Hope you're doing good today.
I thought it was frozen for good.
Yeah, he's right up here.
Is this what you...
Hush, hush. A shaman's secrets are not spoken aloud.
Is this what you wanted me to find?
Bind it to your spear. Use it to attach this for now. You'll find more, I'm sure.
Why are you helping me?
The blue light is fading. The machine songs are ending, and what does the conclave do? They sit, they chant, they observe. No more. We must fight for it. And you are a fighter. We share a cause.
I'm not sure we do. I'm not even sure what the cause is. But I'm grateful.
No need for thanks. Only action.
Now I can attach modification
This
points
guy
to my spear.
kinda gets it.
Works for me. Might as well get started improving my spear.
Yay! I modify the spear finally. Got these modifications sitting in my inventory for such a long time. Alright, what's my next quest? Let's do the river one. I should find out if those figures do anything. Inventory, resources. No. Modifications. Some of these out. Don't need any more than 5. That's 5, that's 5. Okay, so it's 5 across. Okay, okay. Oh, I got a purple stealth one. What else is good? It's shock resistance. Oh, it's nice to finally upgrade a bunch of stuff. Now to beat in the base game. Okay, I want to go here. I can travel north from here. It's likely that this flash flood was caused by this dam's sluice gate opening.
There. That must be where the water's coming from. Looks like something the old ones built.
I got some stuff to do down here. Ooh, animal figurine. Musket. Missions Joyride. To Shelly Guerrera Mackenzie. Laura Vogel. Subject to Missions Joyride. Okay, girl, you are never going to guess what happened on my way home last night. Oh. First thing I heard the sound like a herd of killer bees escaping out of a tin can. Then there was this, like, weird light through the trees. I was totally hoping it was aliens, but nah, it was just one of those old blue spectrum LEDs. Looked super creepy on the snow. As I got closer, I heard some Yahoo letting out this weird guttural man shriek as if he were doing some macho primal scream therapy. You know, 1,000 RPMs between his legs. Said Yahoo was none other than Dodd Blevins, our new director of security or whatever his $20 title is. He was actually riding an old snowmobile. They're like 1,000 times more polluting than a combustion-era car. My expert professional opinion, Blevins is a grade A douche canoe. It's going alright. It's been pretty, just me in here for a long time, but I think it's going alright. Some minor tech issues, but got those resolved. I decided to not sick the security bot on his flabby rear. After all, he's practically our boss for the next 2 weeks. But Shells, you might want to take a bathroom break now, because you're going to lose it when you find out what I did instead. I was standing right near one of the trail signs when I could tell Blevins was headed for me. So I reprogrammed the sign to swap directions between Fairy Falls and Purple Mountain. Wicked, right? You'd never get a snowmobile up there. I hope he bailed out hard and had to walk back to the lodge. Guess I'll be filing my very first incident report right before this whole thing shuts down forever. I could let it slide like usual, but then where's the fun, Shells? Where is the fun? And data corrupted. Other games as well. I'm almost done this game, and I want to finish it before a game that I've been anticipating releases tonight, so I can play it tomorrow and whatnot. Earth Defense Force 6. Animal figurine. Yeah, I'm a variety streamer. I kind of just do whatever I feel like. There it is.
An animal
Going.
carving.
Another collectible.
Long ago.
I got my little avatar there, just on my own. Just with a little bit of help cutting it out. I figured out the avatar thing was,
Well, somebody wanted in. Nearly blew this entire ledge off just to get through the door.
if you mean the avatars, I'm okay with it. I got it mostly just because at the time I didn't have a camera, and I don't really like having a webcam set up all the time. I don't trust them.
Flooding detected. Evacuation recommended. Overflow basin compromised.
The overflow basin. Is that the date?
I figure eventually I'll just have a camera set up to be like the other streamers, but for now, just the avatar does fine. Some issues with it continuously flashing sometimes because Discord likes to act like there's some sound in the background. Thank you for the offer, but currently I'm not in the market for any sort of commission work because this is just something I'm doing on the side in the hopes that it turns into something serious, but as it currently stands, I don't have any sort of income from it, so I'm not on the market for any sort of artwork at this time. Message text. Dear nobody, as far as I can tell, that's who's going to read this. Those spooky guys showed up today with that creep Blevins that take measurements of our workstations, and next week they start installing Pharaoh servitors to do our jobs. Bye-bye, Shelly. Bye-bye, Laura. See you never. Hope you enjoy basic income. God, it's going to be weird to say goodbye to this place. When Quentin and I split, this is all I had. Thank God for a job where I could sit at a panel and press buttons and cry all day. Which I think is why we're doing this, hiding the tapes of our rehearsals in the dam. These tapes are our memories, our ghosts. Through them we get to haunt this place, keep it human in some small way. This control room was where I was sitting when Laura came in dragging an old practice amp and a guitar behind her. Shells, she said. Girls. So I was looking at schematics for this place and I found the perfect practice space. The acoustics in this place, seriously bonkers, like echoing through the entire valley kinds of bonkers. Legit, you're going to soil yourself when you see it. I remember asking, practice space? Peace, Shelly. What's all this?
Intake tower malfunction. Drainage system offline. That's probably not good news. Looks like most of the facility is underwater. How did this happen?
Sluice gate malfunctioned.
The lock positions. Helpful.
I mean, it was bound to happen after
Another holographic
after
interface.
1,000 years.
There must be some kind of code. Maybe I should try scanning objects in this area. And there's our troublemaker. Doesn't seem to be as good at getting out as he is at getting in. Rough waters. No way I'd be able to swim. That Oseron must have forced his way through here.
Oh, these people.
Are you alright?
You don't know how happy you just made me. For a moment, I thought my fire was snuffed. The forge gone cold. But nope, nope. Not old Gildan.
He's a cheery guy.
Welcome. Wait. Start from the beginning. What are you doing down here?
Ow! My apologies. When you mostly talk to yourself, you can tell your stories in whatever order you like. There's an artifact in that storage room I simply must acquire. But as you may have noticed, the door won't budge. I took one of those roundish, ringy what's-its from the wall beside the door. No luck. So I had to go with that panel with the button. Even less luck. My gentle experimentation caused the chamber to flood. So I pushed the button again, perhaps a little too enthusiastically. Sparks and smoke. Now, obviously, I came here to investigate. My cautious footsteps may have contributed slightly to the collapse of a bridge. When the bridge began to collapse, I may have, for the sake of expedience, abandoned the cumbersome ringy what's-it to the waves. By the time I thought to give up the endeavor, the door had closed behind me. And thusly do we come to the present moment.
Talks better than any explorers.
You said something about an artifact?
Indeed. That storage room is brimming with treasures from the old ones, but one in particular caught my eye. An intricate looking glass. I've only seen one such device before. My old mom brought one back for me from wherever she'd gone to that time. I remember holding it, staring into its face, seeing myself and my mother just over my shoulder, smiling.
And one of these looking glasses.
Is that a hand mirror?
It's in the storage room.
Oh, yes, I'm quite sure. I peered into that dim little chamber, and there it was. I've wanted to find one for so long. Yes, this time I'm sure I have.
Well, there's no way we're getting into that storage room without another ring. It's part of the locking mechanism that controls the door.
You don't say. Well, that's fantastic news. Marvelous, even. You've got two hands. I've got two hands. Perfect. My savior, my salvation, and if you like, why wouldn't you? Of course you will. My accomplice. Together, that ring is as good as ours, and with it, the storage room and its spoils.
Didn't you say you dropped the ring in the water?
Well, I'll grant you that adds a heretofore undiscussed level of complexity to the proceedings.
So you found the button that controls the flow of water.
Quite by accident.
And then you broke that button.
Also, quite by accident.
The panel's the only way to shut this place down, as far as I can tell. This isn't gonna be easy.
That storage room is filled, top to bottom. Would you be surprised to find the parts you need in there? I certainly wouldn't be.
So, we need to replace that ring and get into the storage room. Then I can fix the panel and shut this place down.
And I can finally wrap my fingers around that looking glass.
Okay, Gilden. How are we gonna get that ring?
2 sets of hands, girl. 2 sets of hands. Behind us lie a pair of enormous gates, but I believe the gates must be operated in tandem. Together, we can dry this place out.
Guess we better get started then.
I guess we better.
I like this guy. He's amusing.
Up ahead, girl. See the valve? Time to put our hands to use. I'll take care of this one. There's another valve on the other side to lock the gate in place. Would you mind heading across and doing the honors? You know, I'm reminded of a delve I undertook out here at the plains. Stone ruins, cloud tall, and lake wild. It's been 13 months. Practically but no wall. It's stone columns bearing the weight of the level above.
Always talking. He was talking about a parkade.
How about stagnant water? Charming.
Marvelous! You made it! Now grab that valve and give it a spin.
On it.
Ah, the valve.
A little more now, and I should be able to get the blasted gate moving.
There. You should be able to lower the gate.
Right you are! Now, when I get this gate down, you'll need to turn the valve again. Ought to lock this thing in place.
There's a sluice gate issue.
One gate down.
Halfway through then, aren't we? To the second gate! A ladder is a rare and special thing, girl. Can depend on it to take you exactly where you need to go, and no further. I'd wager the valves for the second sluice gate are somewhere above. Oh, who's gonna get up there?
Looks like I could jump across on that rickety western platform. There's no.
Where am I going from here? That one? Yeah, it seems like that way.
Nice jump! Nice! What am I saying? That was stupendous! Never seen such absolute disregard for personal safety.
Thanks, I think.
I like this guy.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Court sellouts and runaway cowards. We see. Cut it. Cut. I forgot the words. Sam. Michelle, you started off so strong and then almost. Well, that's sort of my MO. No. No. Yeah, just here. Band-aid. We need one.
You're nobody. When I took this job, we had to watch this training holo, and I remember probably 2% of the actual holo. At some point, the holo welcomed me to the Dam family, and I felt like AJ, that was... I felt like, oh. And I felt like A, that was such a missed opportunity because they could have called it a Damly and chose not to. And B, the idea that I would ever think of any of my coworkers as family was pretty ridiculous. Yeah, it's pretty usual corporate propaganda. But then one day I looked up and the automation had whittled 6 people down to just Laura and I. I was signing papers to dissolve the family I thought I had. And suddenly, my last coworker with her faded tattoos and perpetually arched eyebrows was telling me jokes and making me listen to bands I never heard of, cheering me up when I cried. Things were really good when it was just the two of us. We used to have these theme days. One time the sluice gates were open and we set up beach blankets on one of the catwalks in the intake tower and batted around this inflatable beach ball I had in my apartment for some reason. Laura messed around with the emergency PA and patched in a bunch of classical surf rock songs, and we even put sunscreen on the bridges of our noses. Laura called it the Concrete Beach Party. When Laura brought up band names, I knew pretty much right away that that would be our name, Concrete Beach Party. There was never really any other choice.
I mean, far be it from me to tell you how to fling yourself around. Obviously, you have more expertise than I. Ah, you're right above me. Just send that ladder on down.
Look out below.
Now, we've done this once before. Could be as easy as falling down a hole. If you take the valve on the other side.
If it's set up the same way on this side, I should look for an access tunnel.
Yeah, not surprising this place is rusted to that one back. All moisture in the air. Tended for 1,000 years. Oh, that water is so gross. Who knows
Okay,
how long
Gildan,
it's
turn the
standing?
valve.
It's not working! Damn thing's too heavy. Glance behind me, would you? See anything big and, broken?
Looks like part of the counterweight broke off. If I can get up there, my weight might be enough to get it moving again. Hang on,
Really?
okay? I've got a plan. I need to get up higher. Could climb up that wreckage. That's pretty much what I do now.
Oh, frame rate drop. Computer is doing something. That way. That way. Thank you.
I can't jump straight to the counterweight from here. But I could climb higher, get above it.
The drop too far, bro! Oh! Control falling very close.
Going down. should be able to swim, though.
Snap maw! It's a snap maw! Very, very big snap maw!
I see it, Gildan!
Very big, very, very big!
Just stay out of the way! They're scanning for me. We'll find out after I've killed it.
On, explode! Oh, it was armored, that's why.
Dead? Tell me when it's dead, would you?
It's dead.
Marvelous. So, the ring. Maybe if you pry its jaws open and reach inside,
You're right.
you can't look.
This thing did swallow the ring.
Ha ha! That's the old Gildan intuition in action. It's never led me astray. Sure, its chosen routes can be a bit circuitous, but never mind. To the storage room! To the spoils!
To the storage room!
Ooh, what's in here? More old world treasures, perhaps? This place
Okay,
is
Shells.
full of
Shells,
surprises.
we're not focusing on
Did you have a
that.
look?
It's recording, okay? We're not even at the band meeting. So can't we crap this, right? Merch. Hey, merch. Stickers! You're not a real band until someone vandalizes government property with your stickers.
Colleagues, I have been asked to remind you that conversations determined to be irrelevant to servitor training are discouraged.
What were you saying about vandalizing government property?
Dear nobody, we spent an hour plastering our stickers all over that servitor. Well, I say stickers. They were sticky notes from my desk. We stole the presentation. Presentation and design of other band logos, drawing little skulls and lightning bolts and broken hearts around the name. It's not like we had any actual work to do. When this began, we were told we'd be on-site advisors, going through the motions of our duties so the servitors could mimic our actions. But the government creeps, corporate creeps? Same diff, I guess. Mostly ignore us or yell at us for getting in their way. Robo-Scab's weird oval head kept swiveling toward us. It kept asking, "Hello, is this relevant to my training?" as we tried to duck out of its line of sight, ruining its chrome finish with sticky notes and shushing each other's giggles. Afterward, Laura stood in front of the thing and goes, "Servitor, this is very important. This is how you greet Blevins, okay? It's a sign of immense respect." I mean, will a servitor actually give Blevins the finger? Probably not, right? But a girl can dream. Screw the man. I agree. I've heard some messages from him. It sounds like a
We
jagoff.
drained enough water for what we need to do, but I wonder if I could empty out the whole dam. Pipes, valves. Maybe I can drain the rest of the water from here.
Stop up and away.
I can't wait, I can't wait! Almost there! Soon I'll hold the looking glass in my hand. Just like Mom and I used to.
Okay. Left. Left, down.
What are you doing with your hands there, girl?
Upright. Oh, so they can't see these things because they don't have a focus. That's right.
I can't believe that worked. I thought you'd lost your mind tickling the empty air like that.
Okay, let's fix the panel and shut this place down.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where did it go?
I can't spare the weight.
What can I not take out of here? I don't have health potion.
Go on here.
Gilden? Everything okay?
I was so sure I saw it. The looking glass. I was so sure. Right there in the window. I was... Of course. Trick of the light. Nothing at all.
I'm sorry, Gilden. It must have meant a lot to you.
Oh, well. Much as any artifact of the old ones would mean to me, really. It's fine. I'm fine. Besides, what are the spoils compared to the delve? That's why we do it, girl. The delve, not the treasure. And what a delve it was! Ugh. By the great blazing forge, I'll never forget that. Now then, I believe
Oh,
we have
he's
some
hurting.
repairs to make.
Well, voice actor we're gonna quite good. Captain the mastered speech.
I mean, this is it. We get to play together, what, maybe 2 more times? Nah, shucks. Farewell tour! Reunion tour in like 6 months. Bands do it all the time. For our adoring fans, it's not that hard to stay in touch, Shelley. We can practice in holospace. People always say that.
He or nobody. We got in a fight, Laura and I. After practice, we went out for drinks. There's this bar in downtown Cody, so we called an auto car shuttled over. We're the only people there, with the park closing. Cody's becoming a ghost town. The more we drank, the more passive-aggressive our banter became, snowballing out of control. Metastasizing in the empty air between us. And then before either of us really knew what was happening, we were yelling at each other. Kept thinking, like, I'm not abandoning her, she's abandoning me. And I guess she was probably thinking something similar. We got quiet for a while, drank more. Eventually Laura ordered an auto car. We piled into it, slid as far from each other on the backseat as we could. Arms crossed, staring out the window, and then I heard myself talking. Screw it, I don't care if you stay in touch with me, I'm going to stay in touch with you. Whether you like it or not, you're not getting rid of me. Ever. Laura looked at me for what felt like ages. I thought she was going to start yelling. Then her hand crept over mine and we just sat there together. Bottoms up. Aww. was so excited to do it.
Oh, that's a whole lot prettier, isn't it? What does it mean?
It means it worked.
By the forge. Ha! You are a wonder! Do you hear that often? I'll hazard a guess you do.
I've heard something like that once or twice.
Oh, she's modest now. A master of the arts of the old ones, a delver to shame the entire claim, and she wants to be modest. Ha!
It's not like I did it alone, Gildan.
No. No, I suppose not.
This
So
guy's a
what's next for you?
gem.
On your way back to the claim?
And deprive the people of Song's Edge the story of this encounter? Perish the thought! I'll stay there a while longer. But a story is best told by all who encountered it. Come and lend a hand, won't you?
Overflow basin empty. Interior accessible. Minimal flood damage.
Sounds like the basin's dried out too. Maybe I'll take a look.
Another adventure so soon? Whew, you're braver than me. But there was no question of that.
Yeah, that guy is just so earnest. Kind of guy that the kind of person that we all hope to be. This door.
My focus could find something I've missed. Alright, time to get the flow going to the right place.
Oh, more of these puzzles. Valves 101. Yo, Shelly, I'm trapped in servitor hell over here. Got in this morning, and as usual, that one half-baked chrome dolt was bumping up against the locked entry door in the reservoir room, moaning about requiring entry into the totality of the facility. Between his robot voice and those weird grindy sounds its limbs make, the acoustics reminded me of a track from one of the less accessible German post-punk bands. Told them, every night the pipe network decouples so that this reservoir can refill, and every morning it has to be reset manually. All you have to do is turn the valve thingy so that the water flows directly to the pump. The rest of the servitors seem to get it, but this guy won't stop bugging out. I mean, I know we're supposed to be on-site advisors, but this is getting ridiculous. Do I have to scratch the instructions into their stupid shiny faces? Possibly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not quite right. Looks like I'm on the right track. There, that should do it. I should head back. See if that took care of the rest of the load.
I think any of this is still intact. temporary damages.
See? Check this out. We could just bang on this pipe, you know? Could we sample that or? Totally. Like, what about after the? Oh, sorry. Just a sec. Laura? I need to take a break. Laura? Hey! Laura!
Dear nobody, I feel embarrassed now, thinking about following Laura out of the pump station like a kicked puppy, wondering what horrible thing I might have done until she threw herself into this room and shut the door behind her and just screamed. The fear of abandonment is weirdly self-centered because it presupposes that little old you are filled with such immense destructive power that you're capable of driving every person you care out away. Anyway, at the bottom of the dam, with her on one side of the door and me on the other, she told me that Metallurgic had bought her mom's house, her whole neighborhood, in fact, out from under her to build a new server farm. Oh god, I don't even like that house, she said. I don't even like Indianapolis. I hated every minute I spent in that city as a kid. When they told us we'd to leave the dam, I went back to my apartment and sat on my bed, and I prayed to a god that I don't even believe in, that I wouldn't have to move back home, that I wouldn't have to show up at my mom's front stoop with a suitcase and a bunch of stupid excuses. I tried not to sound like she was crying, but she sounded like she was crying. I guess I got my stupid wish, huh? Asked her where she'd go, and she laughed. Where else could she go? Back home to help her mom pack up the house, to move. Turn to whatever dank little one-room hole Metallurgic's displacement grant will allow them to afford. I could have dealt with being one of those losers who celebrate their 40th birthday living in the house they grew up in, but now, I don't even have that. I have no idea how to make her feel better, so I just sat on the other side of the door and I started singing the song we were working on. One about being the last two girls on Earth, and eventually she started singing along.
The door's open. Guess it had sealed because of the flooding.
This is where I fought the snap mob. Okay.
Just like I thought. The water's gone. Wonder if there's anything down there.
Okay. What am I missing?
Those drainage pipes lead into another room. Wonder what's in there.
What am I missing here? to do here? Can't. What is up next? Open that door. It just leads to down there.
Definitely awake now.
Maybe there's just something in here that I'm totally missing. Do all this. Let's go through here. See, that's still comments on it. Out of here. Once the door's open. Not that door. Where am I supposed to go? Back up all the way? Door? No. The sluice gate. Tell me which door was open, game.
You go on ahead. I'm gonna stand right here and bask in our victory for a while.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm amazed I didn't die from that. Nah. Great catch. feel like there has to be more to this. I guess that's it. Where am I?
Water's lower. And going by that sound, I think Laolai's already at the dome. Sounds getting louder. She wasn't kidding about the sound.
Oh god! That's not what I wanted.
Must be the entrance to this den.
Live from the illustrious Overflow Basin Studios, it's Concrete Beach Party! A one, a two, a one, two, three, four! Sellouts and runaway cowards, we've seen your type before. You remove us from the premises, but it's us who's showing you the door. You make the world so hard to live in, then act like we should crave a spot. But if we're not good enough for your world, we think your world can rock. Trapped in a circuit of hell, we still know our worth. Meat and bones don't sell. We're the last girls on earth. Big news,
Endearingly terrible.
we're all real impressed. You send your robots down to Concrete Beach until there's no one left. You G-Men, you're such rock stars. We think it's super cool when you race us and then you act like we should be thanking you. Trapped in circuit or hell, we still know our worth. Meat and bones don't sell. We're the last girls on earth.
The world building is fantastic. Dear Nobody, the auto cars are on their way. Mine will take me to my apartment in Cody, hers will take her to the vertiport. Brought her luggage with her to work today. Everything she owns packed into 2 little suitcases. She's wearing the fanciest outfit I've ever seen her in. It's for Mom, she said. She bought me this outfit, if you can believe it. Normally, like, who cares, but I don't know. She's already dealing with a lot. We walked through the dam today, listened to all these tapes, read all these messages, and maybe this is one of those sign my yearbook, we'll never lose touch things, but I'm not scared of losing Laura anymore. We're family. We didn't inherit each other or settle on each other. We chose each other. No amount of distance, no number of jerks in bad suits or obsequious robots are going to tear us apart. So listen, on the off chance that someone ever actually does stumble onto these things, here's the truth. There was this band called Concrete Beach Party, and for a second, it was the best band in the world. You, whoever you are really, really lucky because you're the only person who ever got to hear them.
happy to be playing again.
I don't know what you did, but the water drained in the snap of a short song. What do you think of the music?
I've never heard anything else like it.
That's because there's no other place with such resonance, such intonation that rattles your ribs with its power. And of course, no one else knows these pipes like I do. I learned them by ear before I could walk, strapped to my father's back. Thank you for draining the waters. Not just for myself, but for my ancestors and their songs. Please, take this as a token of our gratitude.
Right. Campfire up there. It's irritating.
Navad spies saved Prince Edaman from the Shadow Karja. Now they have no claim on the throne. You know it was only a matter of time.
What?
The air.
Off the charger. Whee! Tourist return. March 1st, 2045. Mammoth Hot Springs. WY or Roosevelt. Church. Doors over the road to the north entrance of Yellowstone National Park. In the park's heyday, more than 100,000 visitors each month pass below this arch on their way to visit such celebrated landmarks as the Geyser Old Faithful, the mighty Yellowstone River, and the vibrant Grand Prismatic Pools. Since President Ulysses S. Grant signed an act of dedication to create Yellowstone National Park in 1872, it has survived forest fires, world wars, and earthquakes to be enjoyed by nature lovers for more than 150 years, until environmental concerns drove the entire world into chaos. In 2031, the federal government withdrew funding from the park and transferred ownership to the state of Wyoming, after which the rate of visitation slowed to a trickle. Old Faithful's dependable eruptions went unobserved, and Mammoth Hot Springs Hotel, where guests once devoured bison meatballs, sat empty for years, blankly staring across an expansive wilderness. The 30s saw several attempts to privatize the park. Many companies, including the powerful Faro Automated Solutions, made bids to purchase its land. After Faro's proposal was abruptly withdrawn in 2040, weakened federal protections on public parks were restored, coinciding with the easing of climate change through technological means.
Something tells me those are Bergren's missing hunters. I don't suppose you three know an Osram and Song's edge called Bergren, do you?
Boys, that con artist sent an errand girl to collect what's owed to him.
I'm nobody's errand girl. Bergren asked me to help harvest parts. Or would you rather keep trying to sell me broken junk?
Broken junk? This pack will be on the move soon. No time to argue. If she's offering to help, we should accept it.
Fine. We're about to take down these machines. If you're so eager to help, then lead the way.
to.
All right, Outlander. You want to talk about our deal with Bergrund? Let's talk.
That's done. You three are pretty handy in a fight.
Thanks, I guess. Not that we needed your help. We are doing just fine without you.
That's not the way Bergrund tells it. He says you tried to settle up with him using a shattered Thunderjaw heart.
What? That's an exaggeration. It was only broken in two.
Urkai, we don't have time for this. Come on, boys, back to the hunt. We still need 2 more of Bergrund's components.
What's the rush?
We want out of these lands as soon as possible. That's all you need to know.
Why are you leaving the cut?
Well, we could go back to Banor. Let Undercut slit our throats.
By the blue light, Urkai. Why don't you just write our story in the snow for any passing hunter to read? We had a dispute with the chieftain of our old Werak. We thought someone else should have been in charge. He disagreed.
It seemed like a good time to move on, so we're traveling to the Sundom.
From here to the Sundom. It's a long trip.
Seems worth it. Sometimes survival is about knowing when to leave and where to go.
Yeah, and in this case, survival means us getting as far away as we can from Banor. We've seen enough red snow.
What's the plan once you get there? What will survival be about then?
Look, all that matters is that we get there. And to do that, we need shards. So if you'll excuse us.
So this Thunderjaw heart you brought Bergrund.
Let me ask you this, all right? Why would it matter that the heart was broken into 2 pieces? Can't you just stick it back together?
Of course you can't just stick it back together.
I just meant...
Oh, I bet that scam artist Arsarim could. He just wants to send us on another stupid errand.
Oh, he's not so bad. I like Bergrund.
Like him? Tulamat, he sent us out in the snow to nearly die under the feet of a Thunderjaw, and...
Boys, shut up! Ugh! Every time someone brings up that stupid heart.
I've got the Scorcher Claw Bergrund was asking for. That only leaves the Stalker Sinew and the Snap Maw Fang.
You should hold on to it. You're coming along to the next hunt after all, aren't you?
I suppose somebody's got to keep you 3 out of trouble.
Fine. I guess you'll have to tag along then. But don't start thinking you're one of us. The Bloody Snowdrifts aren't accepting new hunters.
Bloody Snowdrifts? That's what you want to call our Werak?
Yeah, it's not great to tie.
Oh, it's not like your names are any better. We're headed northwest, to the ruins near Hollow Hall. We'll be waiting.
That's a long way.
There's frost between my teeth.
Off your horse.
there.
Yeah, I've got one set of pigments. Follow this road over to the village. Second.
Fascinating. They weren't looking for me.
Come on, horsey.
There's a line that
You're Aloy, right? My pop, Bergand, I mean, told me you might be heading up to see me. Varja, pleasure. Hey, that spear is really something. You've customized her, haven't you?
I've made a change or two. You've got an eye for weapons.
I wish these Banuk agreed with you. I can't seem to sell scrap to a Glentalk around here. Everyone wants boring old bows and spears. I like the more unusual stuff. And the Banuk can get unusual. Like that spear Aratak hauls around. An ice rail. Ooh, or that weapon of Araya's. What I wouldn't give to poke around inside one of those. Feel the lightning on my fingers. Or inside of anything, really. Last commission I had was a month ago. A weapon that spat fire. That didn't go well.
You think you could improve Aratak's spear?
I've never seen a weapon that couldn't be improved by Oseram Craft. You know, I tried to ask him if I could hold her once. Even offered to improve her for free.
How'd that go?
How do you think? He just grunted and kept walking.
So your last project was a bust?
Not at all. I did my best work yet on that commission. The deal just went rusty. About a month ago, this guy Olgrid, Oseram like me and Pop, asks me to make something for him. Think about the way a bellowback spits streams of fire from its throat, right? Like that, but held in your own hands.
And you built that?
Yep. That was my forge fire. I was pretty proud of her. Anyway, Olgrid sent word that he wanted to see the progress I was making. I show up, and there he is with a crew of damn bandits. And of course, why pay for something when you can take it? I dropped the weapon and ran. Didn't look back till I hit Long Notch. Joke's on Olgrid, though. I wasn't even done.
Wait, so the weapon he stole doesn't even work?
Oh no, she works. It's just, if I'd had a little more time, a few more parts, I could have made her really work.
So, let's say someone you know happened to have a weapon like Araya's.
You don't.
See for yourself.
Of course. Look at the... So the coils generate the spark, but the power source isn't even bolted in. I won't lie, she's beautiful. But there's beautiful and then there's beautiful. What we need is a Stormbird Talon.
Oh,
Level
God.
flows over them like water off a goose. And I know where one is. Hunt it with me, I'll turn that weapon into your new best friend. And second best.
You're sure you can fix up this thing?
You bet. Probably. Just need that Stormbird Talon.
So you want to hunt a Stormbird? I haven't seen any in the cut.
That's right. But one roosts back near Freeheap. How about a break from all this white? I'll meet you there. What? People expect you to hike for miles, hunt huge machines alone, and just bring stuff back?
Mostly.
Not me. I'm fierce.
I heard of a shaman once who drank machine oil. I think the conclave banished him.
Merchant. That's what I want. Terror damage. Horse.
So, machines in the south suffer their own.
Time to get off this town.
Oh, that's really far. I'm gonna take a dinner break. I'll be back with something, either more of this or something multiplayer. We'll see. To anyone who may be watching, thank you for dropping by. Yeah, hope you had a good day and take care for now. I will be back.